you guys? You're tuned into the latest episode of Point of View. Ladies, how are we feeling on this rainy Tuesday? Is it Tuesday?
It's Tuesday.
It's all becoming one.
Yeah, I feel so sleepy.
I know.
Yeah,
I want to go to sleep too.
days.
But wake up! Because we have an episode to get through.
Right. You're right.
Yeah.
Some hot tea.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a very exciting episode to get through. So let's just jump right into it. For anybody who's ever been to college, this topic may ruffle some feathers. So there have been quite a few celebrities who have received doctorate degree. Well, since social media has took heed to what a doctorate degree is, it has sparked a lot of controversy and debate. A doctorate degree is basically an academic accolade awarded by a university, but not to a recipient that fulfilled the college degrees or the classes that they need to fulfill, but because of their accomplishments. So pretty much, anybody with a doctorate degree, or even an honorary doctorate degree, can refer to themselves as a doctor. And some people, I guess, feel some type of way that somebody like P. Diddy can call himself a doctor.
When they not.
When
and
they're
they
not.
really go to school.
Yeah, like they didn't really do fulfill the academic requirements.
The work.
The hard
The
work.
legwork to actually refer to themselves as such.
As such, exactly.
Yeah.
So how do we feel about this?
I'm gonna let y'all go first. What's tea?
I don't agree with it. I think like someone who go to college and spend hours, especially a doctorate. You're not even getting an honorary
Right.
bachelor's.
Yeah.
You went straight to the doctor.
Like,
You
straight
missed
to
the
top.
masters. Like you can't even, like you know, like
Mm-hmm.
it's just that level of education takes years of dedication, years of work, literal
Blood, sweat,
sweat,
tears.
blood,
Yeah.
tears, all of that.
Yeah.
And you just because
You
you're
just
on-
walked in here
yeah,
because
like,
you
because
got
you're on
this name
TV
and this
or You're a
status,
celebrity,
and just say, yeah, this is what I did, and I
you
deserve
rented
this.
that sash and that you like that. It's kind of
Rented is
it to
crazy.
me. It comes across like a slap in the face for sure. Just because like, why do you get a doctorate degree? You're a doctor, like a psychologist or a therapist, or a doctor, you know, a
Yeah.
medical doctor. Just because of what you've done in the community.
Yeah.
You need to get a key to the city.
Has she done anything for the community?
Pretty V?
Yeah.
Nothing that's like, oh my God. To be
Yeah.
like, yes, Dr.
Nothing
V.
memorable, like nothing to write home about, because I don't recall.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we also don't live in her city for one. But I just want to say that I feel like low-key listening to the commentary, I feel like it's a double standard for sure. Because I feel like Janiyah, for instance, if you feel that way against an honorary doctorate, but say we're trying to get into content creation, and there's someone that has been putting in blood, sweat, and tears. They've been doing this for years and years and years, and that's how they got their accolades. Right now, if you can get a viral piece of content, you would take that accolade, and no one can take it from you. And
Oh,
you would be a
absolutely.
bona fide content creator, and they
But
better
that-
address you as such.
Content creator and a
but
doctor
that's
is
real, though.
totally
No, but
different.
it's still work that
I
someone
get
is
it.
putting in.
Yeah.
I get it.
But that's different though.
Yeah,
That's,
because
Content creator versus
It's not
surgeon.
different because it's me. Because social media is, to me, is low-key random. You know, you better hope and prayer, and sorrows and prayers. That's all I can give them at that point.
Sorrows.
Prayers and sorrows. But because it's random with content creation, somebody could be creating content for years and years and years. You're right. But I might have just hit the right algorithm at the right time and hit the right group of people. Now, a doctorate.
Becoming a doctor is crazy.
But it's
Like
not
a
like they
doctor.
have a doctorate where they can go in and perform brain surgery. So a regular doctorate degree, yes, it comes from blood, sweat, and tears, hard work, student loan debt, all of these other things. But, you're making a lot of money off of it, right? Hopefully, people can get jobs in the field that they actually study for. But on top of that, it's still... these people are getting these accolades for their contributions to society, for things, maybe they've, donated to a lot of charities. A lot of the things aren't physical things that we see, but I also know a lot of people that do monumental things on lower levels and higher levels, but are regular people, and they have their doctorates, and I'm gonna go support, and I may call them doctor from time to time. and it's fine.
I feel you there, but I feel like there should be another label for sure. There should be another label.
It is. It's honorary.
Honorary. I don't know. Maybe it's like they shouldn't be able to consider themselves doctor. So Dr. Diddy, nah, I don't like that. I feel like
I don't like that at all.
So will we consider this like celebrity privilege for Pretty V and everybody else who has this honorary doctorate
Absolutely
degree?
not, because I know.
How?
I'm
Tell
telling
me.
you, no, seriously, I know a lot of people that are not celebrities that have their
No, for
honorary
the celebrities
doctorate.
though.
No, it's not celebrity privilege. If regular people can get it, it's not celebrity privilege. Period.
But are they regular people though?
They are regular.
There
people.
are regular people who have
Yes, you
honorary
can get it.
doctorate degrees, yeah.
Yes, you can get it. You have to
Okay,
pay a
then we
little
need to
something,
put in our
something.
application.
There's
For
no
POV,
application
okay?
because
Since
that don't make
anybody
no
could just
sense.
pick it up off the street.
Yeah,
You don't
'cause
pick it up off the street.
And y'all
It's a
better
process.
put Dr. when my name come up, Dr. Janiyah McCray, okay, and address me as such because that's craziness.
Yeah.
Well, they contribute like a lot to the community. You know what I mean? Like I think humanitarian can suffice. I don't know why we have to go.
Amen.
all-
I like that.
low-key,
I like
low-key,
that.
Yeah, like,
yeah.
just call them
Or
a
thank you.
humanitarian or a thank you. You know,
Thank
a
you. I
little key
appreciate what you
to
do.
the city or even
Agree
a
to the
key
time.
to the university.
The neighborhood.
But I'm not
to
gonna
the
hold
town.
y'all though. Denzel Washington looks very honorable
He do, I
with
ain't gonna
his
lie.
honorary doctorate, and he knows so many things. Every time we see a reel, anytime it's just anything in a movie, we accept that as law. So honorary.
Do we do the same for Kanye West?
Yeah, because
Because he got one too.
Kanye looked
Yeah,
like
he
a
do.
meme when
Okay,
he
I'm
got
making
here.
Kanye
sure
says a
we're
lot
not,
of
you know,
Kanye says a lot of
picking and
foolishness
choosing.
now, but at the end of the day, a lot of stuff that Kanye be saying, people be accepting it as law too. Let's not
Yeah.
hold him.
I feel like everyone who has received an honorary doctorate degree, there are people that look up to them. There's a reason why they have received this. I don't
But
think
Sheree though, I don't know.
Yeah.
What you mean you don't know?
Isn't
Everybody else
Sheree-
can get it but Sheree?
LOL.
No, I'm just saying, what are we?
What did she do?
No disrespect to Sheree, but what is she getting the honor for?
What is V getting the honor for?
I'm just saying.
She's funny.
Sheree more.
Sheree is funny.
No, she's
Hell,
not.
we
Stop
funny.
lying. And we can get it if we
Okay,
want.
we deserve one. I said
I'm
POV
telling
deserve
you,
one.
They need to change our name. Dr. Junie, Dr. Tally, Dr. Miriam, and Dr. McCray.
All we
my
have to
goodness.
do is make a few more contributions and get some skin in the game, and we can get it. No big
tell
deal.
you.
What do you,
But-
why y'all don't think like that the celebrities that are receiving the backlash, like why y'all don't think like it's fair
What do you mean? I
for
think
them
it's
to
fair.
have that?
To
I
have
think
a
it's, I
backlash?
think it's 100%
Yeah.
fair.
For people to say like, why do they deserve? Like you just said, why does Sheree deserve this?
Well,
why
I
do
know
she deserve it?
people are saying it because they always worried about things that ain't got nothing to do to them. But I said also, I don't understand why. Yes, Miss
Pedal?
we get paid.
Pedal?
We get
Right,
paid
I'm
to
like,
worry.
pedal?
We get paid to worry about things that have nothing to do with us. So at the end of the day, I am wondering, can someone run it down to me?
What?
What is Sheree getting this honorary doctorate?
Also,
Oh,
Pretty
maybe
V.
she's made
Spring
contributions, I guess. Yeah.
Her spring summer show.
She by
For-
Sheree.
She by Sheree, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They gave her a show.
No. That's
Oh.
what she said.
Look
in
at
the
Kanye. He
interview.
looked fake. He looked like he was edited in there.
But, you know, I mean, coming from someone who I went to college, I have 2 degrees in biology and physics, hey.
Period.
You know, but a lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into that. I'm not even gonna lie.
Brain power and
A lot-
everything.
Oh my
So
goodness.
do you think it's fair for somebody like Pretty V to just pop up as an online character and be funny to receive this type of accolade?
Well, she can receive that accolade, but I know if I apply to a chem lab, I'm gonna get it, and she wouldn't. You know what I mean? Because
Okay,
I took
clock
the
that,
classes,
friend.
you know? So for me, it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, hey, if that's how you got it, that's how you got it. But I know how I got it, and I know what I could get from getting this. You know what I mean? We're not on
Yeah.
the same level still.
Yeah,
You know what
come
I mean?
on,
sure they would
Not
never
saying
try
I'm
you
above
to apply
her
for a
or she's
job.
above me or anything. We're just in 2 different lanes, you
But
know?
I do feel like there is like a level of a higher standard, like because it's like you actually went to school, you actually went to study everything to become that title,
Yeah,
if you will. She did not.
Yeah. But it's okay because if she were, like I said, if she were to apply to like a chem lab or something like that to like, you know, make formulas for shampoos or Pantene, she wouldn't get the job because she didn't fulfill the academic requirements for that. She doesn't know what an organic compound
So
is.
why do we have this honorary doctorate degree?
It's because of their accomplishments, like what they
why
have provided.
do we have that if we could just say humanitarian?
You know, I really think for the universities, it's some kind of write-off or they kind of get some kind of check from it. I think it's all money.
Okay,
That's
that
what I
makes
think
sense.
it
It's a
is.
business.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, I get it.
are we giving jealousy? Like the people that are commenting,
That's what I was gonna
are
say.
we giving jealousy
I-
or are we
we're-
giving
yes.
like, is it valid?
No, they are
I'm
giving
jealous.
mad that she don't have student loan debt because that's what they want.
That's what I'm jealous
want them
about.
to get the
I'm
student
jealous
loan
that
debt
she
with
don't
it.
have no
Right.
debt that come with that degree like everybody else.
It's a price tag because you'll be mad if somebody walked around and got a free house that you paid.
I would not be
$500,000
mad.
for.
No, I would not. God bless them, baby, and he gonna be in my neighborhood doing it for me tomorrow.
I mean, like similar to me, you brought up the social media thing. Like I worked really hard to, you know,
And you give us free game every day.
I do. I give
and
you
we
guys
taking it.
Exactly. Every day.
Hey.
But guess what? I'm not saying I'm Miriam J.
But you trying to be tomorrow.
I'm trying to be tomorrow, but you know, he's out under my platform and Miriam J behind it as
LOL.
far as, you know,
This
helping
reminds me of
get
that debate
accolades.
we had in a previous episode talking about what's the basketball player, the girl. I cannot remember her name.
Angel Reese?
Angel Reese, yes, Angel Reese, because she got us to a certain level or got all of these what do you call it? All of these oh my gosh.
Recognitions, accolades,
recognitions and things like that. And the older OG like WNBA players are like, what the heck? Like we've been in this game for so long and you
That
just
gives
pop
hater,
in
though.
and you know.
that definitely
But that's
gives
what these
hater.
people are saying.
No.
1 plus
There's
1 is
difference.
2.
That's what these people are saying about Angel Reese and about Sheba Sheree getting their doctorates.
This a different. Come on now, Miriam. This different. A doctorate, and they're like literally with the same cap and gown, picture frame. Like, come on.
Yeah, I think it is
I
a
don't think
little
it's
bit.
fair.
It's a little bit. I don't think that it's not fair. I just think that it's a little bit too accessible. Like we can see Denzel Washington, even Kanye West, Meryl Streep. You know, these other people that have it, and they also have some skin in the game. They've been contributing for a long time.
Yeah.
Apparently
You know,
she has too.
No, she has not.
On videos on TikTok and Instagram.
Well, nonetheless, congratulations to all of the celebrities that have received these honorary doctorate degrees. But you guys, we have to take a short break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching POV. Welcome back, and if you're just now tuning in, you're watching POV. So we all know actress Raven Simone from her hit show on Disney Channel, That's So Raven, and depending on your age, The Cosby Show. I used to love that show. Well, in adulthood, Raven has come out as a part of the LGBTQIA+ community. She even revealed that she declined Disney's offer to change the sexual orientation of her character. Take a look at this.
I think Disney wanted her to be queer in the beginning, and I just didn't feel comfortable doing that. They were like, "Do you want Raven to be gay?" I said, "Why?" "Because you are." I said, bad reason. That's a bad reason. No. Raven Baxter never exhibited any type of sexual identity situation in the priors. I'm not being myself on this show. I'm being a character. Raven Baxter's not gay.
I completely agree with her. I can't see Raven as being gay or a lesbian. I cannot see that because Raven was so boy crazy. That was like a part of her character for being boy crazy, and it was so funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm glad they went the route they went. I mean, regardless, I feel like I still would have loved the show, but I don't see it any other way. Probably because I'm on the other side.
I think everybody would have viewed the show differently if she was like openly a part of the community in the show. Like, I don't think it probably would have took off the way that it did if she was openly like a gay girl.
I agree because it was kind of on a kids channel. And
Yeah,
like,
it wouldn't have been the same.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
Yeah, I also feel like during that time, like TV was way more centered. Like I remember, watching, That's So Raven and other shows on TV at the time, and a lot of curse words were bleeped out. There wasn't a lot of sexual orientation, things like that. So I feel like that would have been a little bit too forward for the time. And also at that time, maybe Raven was coming into how she felt and didn't want to just push it yet as she's trying to figure out, who she is. But
Oh, she was gay.
yeah.
She was, but she wasn't like
gay. She
out,
just
out.
didn't want to portray it on the TV show because it was a character she was playing.
Yeah, she was still a part of the community, but I didn't find out she was out, and I feel like she hasn't been open about it until her adulthood, really.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And I honestly think, and it sucks that we live in this society, I don't think her career would have advanced the way it did if she had,
like plenty of people from Disney Channel.
Absolutely.
They were all undercover.
Yeah, well, some.
Oh
my gosh.
Leave it to Junie.
Call it a spade, okay? Call it a spade.
Also, when you think about things like that, it just takes my mind back to Quiet on the Set, and a lot of this, was this the sexual orientation that these kids were choosing, or is it like a trauma situation?
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that's absolutely.
It was traumatic. That's what behind the scenes, behind the set.
Yeah.
Quiet
Quiet
on
on
the
the
Set.
set.
Yeah.
That's what they showed us. Like, all of those kids were traumatized.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't know, Raven Simone, I don't know, I think that was a good decision, and for her to be that young and make that decision, I feel like that was also her making a business decision, so it also kind of shows, like she was way ahead of her time, too, for where she was at in her age, for sure.
But probably because she was old when she was playing it. All them people was like 35 playing.
LOL.
16.
If I'm not mistaken, I think she was in her early 20s, though, playing, and her
14,
character, she was 14, so yeah. Yeah, Raven kind of has a baby face, so she's always had a baby face, but yeah.
Well, with Quiet on the Set, it was based off of trauma. I think that, personally, I feel like it was something that they were trying to make mockery of because during that time, being in the community wasn't so open. Yeah, it wasn't accepted. It wasn't open. So for me, I feel like maybe it was a mockery thing towards her, but they could have been genuine.
They could have been trying to
They
be
could have
inclusive.
been. I feel like if I didn't see Quiet on Set, I probably would have been like, oh, they were definitely genuine. But no, there was a lot of allegations where the producer would say, hey, do you want to do this? You want to do this? And then do something completely different. Or put kids in compromising positions where they were not being portrayed in the best light.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was a door that could have been completely open. And she could have walked straight through it.
Right. Or they could have been trying to be inclusive, or they could have been doing it because maybe at the time they could have had, the agenda of wanting to be one of the first children's shows to have someone that was openly, like an openly gay character or whatever.
Yeah, but
She was the first show, though.
originally
They had a transgender on That's So Raven.
Yeah.
They were the first Disney show to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
who?
I don't know who.
Yeah.
but they were.
Wow.
That's So Raven was the first.
That's So Raven had like a lot of lessons. I really did like
Yeah.
that show because they had a lot of life lessons. So I don't think that would, I wouldn't be surprised if I came across that, and I probably would remember it. I can't remember off the top of my head now. But had they had based Raven off of what she, you know, was basically a part of the community in the show, I think a lot of parents would have prevented their children from watching it. They would have like added parental control. Similarly, a similar situation more recent, Miss Rachel. You know, Miss Rachel, she had a transgender, or did she offer a transgender person?
Invited.
Yeah, she invited
Yeah.
a transgender person onto the show, and a lot of parents were saying, okay, well, we're not gonna let our kids watch the show anymore because what are you trying to teach our kids? And it's like, what? And you know,
It's really crazy.
right? And same with Gracie Corner. Gracie Corner had what was his name again?
Big Frida.
Big Frida, yeah, on her show.
Yeah.
And honestly, I really like the song they had together. I love
Yeah.
Gracie B. But yeah, Big Frida on the show, and that got a little backlash too, you know? So I don't know.
Being ready to have the conversation yet.
Yeah.
Honestly, in a sense, I kind of do agree. I do think it's just putting your child in a position where, like, Malia is only 18 months, and she repeats everything, and she questions, I wouldn't say question yet, but she kind of looks at everything and does, it only takes one time for you to do something in front of her for her to repeat it.
Okay.
So it would be a little concerning for me if she invited, I forgot his name.
Big
Dylan.
No, Dylan.
Yeah.
On the show with Dylan, and you know he appeared to be a woman, but
How would the kids know the difference?
how would they know the difference? And you know, I personally wouldn't want Malia going to school and being like, oh, are you, like, you know, just being a little too forward because she's a child and she doesn't know, and be like, mommy, boy, and I have to, no, that's girl. And I'm not ready for that yet.
I get you. A lot of parents are. The way I see it, and I'm obviously not in it, I'm not a parent, but the way I see it, I'm like, they're going to be exposed to it anyway. So why not just teach it to them as early as possible? The same way you can teach them what a boy and a girl is, why not teach them, hey, there's also gender fluid people out there. You know,
Because you
we
can't
pick
say
it up
that.
pretty well.
Why?
You can't say that to an 18-month-old. They're gender fluid. What does that mean?
Yeah,
I mean, the
explain
same
it.
way you teach them what a girl and a boy is.
Right. You
No,
explain it.
no,
But I
not-
feel like
it's not
I'm
the
going to say
same.
this. I feel like with Miss Rachel bringing Dylan on as a transgender woman, I feel like it's also teaching people to have the conversation, number one, with your kids about gender fluid kids. But number two, it also opens the door to adults who have trans kids.
Yeah.
Like, it's inclusive, you know, like it teaches them to accept everybody how they are or how they identify.
Yeah, I think that that's important, you know, as far as, you know, being inclusive because of what the world is today, whether we agree with it or not.
Right.
But at the same time, you know, just going back to your comment, Miriam, about, you know, teaching them about a girl, a boy, and then, you know,
Gender fluid.
gender fluid, that is completely, for me as a parent, I feel like that is too confusing. It needs to be girl or boy. If you are identifying as a girl, identifying as a boy, then we just got to pick one. This one
feel
we're
like
gonna
that's
say you
wrong.
are.
So when they
you cannot,
interact with
feel like
you
that's
cannot
wrong.
do 2
You
or 3 year
how
olds.
can
You
you
haven't
explain
even
that to
tried. You
Do
don't.
you
You
just
don't know
pretend they're
until
not
you
there?
try.
I mean,
No, you
wouldn't
pretend they're there. You would address them as whatever they want to identify as. It's the same conversation that we had, you know, the other day, going back to pick a side. It's the same way with the bathrooms. You can't be a man on Tuesday and a woman on Monday and want to use either bathroom you choose. It's just not fair.
To who? To you?
Two,
But
yes.
we're talking about Miss Rachel. We're talking about a very young group. An
Right.
18-month-old is not going right now being gender
Right.
fluid.
So the only way that they would know that Dylan is transgender, or the parents would have a problem with it, is if one, they did history on Dylan to know that Dylan was transgender, or Miss Rachel took it upon herself to introduce Dylan as a transgender woman.
I think a lot of people
which
don't
that's
give their
not in her
children
nature.
the credit that they deserve. You know, I think some people look at their kids as like, for lack of better words, super unintelligent. If you can teach
young.
them, something something, if you can teach them from a young age, hey, when you see someone who looks a little different, there are people who look different, people who are disabled, people who have different facial features, you know what I mean? And you tell them, hey, this person looks different from you, but I want you to recognize that there are people in this world that look like that.
Right.
Why can't we implement the same thing into someone
Because people don't want to.
Because they don't want to. I think it's people like projecting their internal uncomfortability.
No, I think when you
don't want to because you could.
I don't think, no.
You could.
Right
You
now,
just said you wasn't ready.
No, at 18 months, I'm not ready to. She's not ready. I'm not ready. Because realistically.
But at daycare, you tell her who's a boy and who's a girl?
She knows.
So why can't you explain if a boy,
because
if a girl is wearing boy clothes?
Because you only with 18-month-old with a young child at that age who could barely speak for themselves, they only have a certain amount of attention span. Right now, Miss Rachel has not introduced that in her show at all.
Well, no, listen.
Isn't there a spot on her channel?
The thing about it is, I don't have a problem per se with her having Dylan on. The problem is that children should not be exposed to sexuality at such a young age, period, other than the normal constructs, whatever, period. Let's just keep it simple. But if Dylan is coming on and Dylan chooses to be a transgender woman, there are people on Miss Rachel's show. She has a friend that's on there. Her friend, not judging her friend, but her friend dresses in boy clothes every day. She is not a boy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But at no point has Miss Rachel said, they don't say anything about the fact that this is not a boy, even though she dresses as a boy. So if Dylan is on the show and she's doing, you know, the regular ABCs, 1, 2, 3, singing a Sesame Street song, that's fine.
And dress like a woman.
But children, if that's how they choose to address themselves. But at the end of the day, children do not need to have that conversation about from 0 to 2 years old about sexuality. Period.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think you should have a discussion about, you know, genitals. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. It would only be a thing if Miss Rachel makes it a thing.
If you can,
if she introduces
say, hey,
that.
this is a them. You know what I mean? Why not teach that early rather
She's
than
gonna say, if she does come on, this is my friend Dylan. Period.
that too, you know. But I don't know. Nonetheless, you know, Raven Simone, I'm so happy with all of your successes. And you guys, on that note, we have to wrap. So catch us back here tomorrow here at Afro TV. Bye.